Hello again. I've been reading with not inconsiderable amusement the guidelines relating to cancer of the cervix, a disease which affects only women, they being the only ones with cervixes, of course. The problem is that these days a small number of women wish to change sex and become men, and so the whole terminology of that particular field of cancer diagnosis and treatment has had to be altered and made incomprehensible for a lot of people to avoid offending those few people who wish to have sex changes. Imagine somebody for whom English was a second language, or indeed an English person whose reading skills might not be all that brilliant, being told that all people with a cervix aged 25 to 64 are invited for cervical screening every 5 years. Understanding this statement presupposes that you know what a cervix actually is, which as a matter of fact, not everybody does. Not all women know what a cervix is. This is a quotation from a leaflet on the subject intended to encourage women to attend screening sessions. It used to say all women should be screened every 5 years. That is unambiguous and you don't need to know any Latin names for body parts. However poor your English, the message is clear. If you're a woman, you need to come and be tested every 5 years. So why has it all changed? Well, that would be because some women, a very small number, wish to be thought of as men, and so the National Health Service and cancer charities try and avoid using the word women if they can. Some of these women also object to using the ordinary words for their body parts too, and are reluctant to admit that they actually have a vagina. In the description to this video, I give a link to the leading charity for cancer of the cervix. It's called Joe's Trust. They are sensitive to the needs of women who wish to deny the biological fact of their possession of a vagina, and instead of using this offensive word, they offer a couple of alternative and more acceptable ways of speaking of vaginas. These include referring to it as a bonus hole. I really am not making this up, and I give a link to the relevant page from the charity in the description to this video. I am bound to say that I'm very far from convinced that referring to a woman's bonus hole is less offensive than talking of her vagina. Another expression which is seemingly okay to describe this part of the anatomy for women seeking to change sex is apparently calling it the front hole. I'm sorry to say that this made me laugh out loud. When I was a kid, one euphemism for that bit of a female body was to refer to it as her front bottom. I little thought that many decades later, this childish expression would be adopted by adults in a medical setting. This absolute lunacy is now to be seen everywhere, even, I'm sorry to say, in police firearms units. When they were policing gay pride marches at the weekend, the police were officially instructed not to wear the so-called thin blue line badge. This is a Union flag in black with a thin blue line running across it to commemorate officers killed in the line of duty. This might offend black people or homosexuals and so had to be forbidden at the highest level. However, MO19, the firearms command, were allowed to wear the stickers, one of which I show in the thumbnail to this video, which is a rainbow trans flag with the police crest for the firearms command superimposed upon it. I hope that this madness has now reached such a fever pitch that it will soon begin to subside, because I, for one, am unable to take much more of it.